Long-distance love, can it really last? You see it all the time in my line of work. Couples hit a rough patch, and instead of buckling down and doing the work, one of them packs their bags and hightails it across the country. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Wrong. The truth is, distance can be a real relationship killer if you don't know how to handle it. But don't go hitting that unsubscribe button just yet, because in this video I'm going to give you the straight-up, no-nonsense advice you need to not just survive but thrive in a long-distance relationship. We're talking communication, trust, and keeping that spark alive, even when you're miles apart. So, if you're ready to defy the odds and make your long-distance love go the distance, hit that like button and let's get started. Communication, your relationship lifeline. Now let me tell you something, communication is the lifeblood of any relationship, the very essence that keeps the connection alive and thriving. But it's absolutely critical when you're dealing with distance. When miles separate you, words become your bridge, your touch, your presence. I'm talking about real, honest-to-goodness communication, not just the occasional text or emoji-filled message. It's about diving deep into conversations that matter. You need to be talking to your partner regularly, and I mean really talking. Engage in conversations that go beyond the surface level. Share your day-to-day experiences, your hopes, your fears, your dreams. Let them know what makes you tick, what excites you, and what worries you. Let them into your world, even if they can't physically be there. Paint a vivid picture with your words so they feel like they're right there with you. And listen, I get it, life gets busy. We all have our commitments, our responsibilities, and sometimes it feels like there's just not enough time in the day. Time zones can be a real pain. They can make it challenging to find a common time to connect, but don't let that be an excuse. But you need to make time for each other. Schedule those video calls, those late-night phone conversations. This is non-negotiable, people. Prioritize your relationship. And here's the thing about communication. It's not just about quantity, it's about quality. It's about the depth and sincerity of your interactions. Put down your phones, turn off the TV, and be present with each other. Give your partner your undivided attention. Really listen to what your partner is saying, and don't be afraid to share your own feelings, even the tough ones. Vulnerability is key. Remember, communication is a two-way street. It's about both expressing yourself and being receptive to your partner's thoughts and emotions. It's about expressing yourself clearly and listening with an open heart. It's about understanding and being understood. That's how you bridge the gap, folks. Through meaningful, heartfelt communication, you can maintain a strong connection, no matter the distance. Setting the ground rules, goals, and expectations. Let's be real, folks. When it comes to long-distance relationships, it's not just about love and longing. It's about having a clear roadmap for where you're headed. Without that, you're just setting yourself up for confusion and heartache. Going into a long-distance relationship without clear goals and expectations is like setting sail without a rudder. Imagine being on a boat in the middle of the ocean with no sense of direction. The waves are strong, the wind is unpredictable, and you have no idea where you're going. You're bound to end up lost at sea. The same goes for relationships. Without a clear plan, you and your partner might find yourselves drifting apart, feeling lost and disconnected. You need to sit down with your partner and have an honest-to-goodness conversation about what you both want out of this relationship. This isn't just a casual chat, it's a deep dive into your hopes, dreams, and fears. What are your individual goals? Are you focusing on your career, education, or personal growth? It's important to understand each other's priorities and how they align with your relationship. What are your expectations for the relationship itself? Do you expect daily communication, weekly video calls, or regular visits? Setting these expectations early on can prevent misunderstandings later. Are you hoping to close the distance eventually? If so, when and how? Discussing your long-term plans can give both of you something to look forward to and work towards. Are you on the same page about exclusivity? This is crucial. You need to be clear about whether you're both committed to being exclusive or if you're open to seeing other people. These are the tough questions you need to be asking yourselves. It's not always easy, but it's necessary for the health of your relationship. And don't be afraid to put it all out there, even if it feels a little uncomfortable. Vulnerability is key to building trust and understanding. Because let me tell you, it's a whole lot better to have those difficult conversations up front than to let resentment and misunderstandings fester down the line. Addressing issues early can prevent them from becoming bigger problems later. Trust me, having those clear goals and expectations in place will not only save you a whole lot of heartache down the road, but it'll also give your relationship a sense of purpose and direction. You'll both know what you're working towards and can support each other in achieving those goals. And that, my friends, is priceless. A relationship with a clear sense of direction and mutual understanding is one that can weather any storm. So take the time to set those goals and expectations and watch your relationship thrive. Chapter 3. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, with a little help. Okay, let's talk about visits. Because let's face it, no amount of texting or video calls can replace the feeling of being physically present with the one you love. Planning regular visits is essential for maintaining that physical connection and creating shared memories. And I'm not just talking about quick weekend getaways here. I'm talking about quality time spent together, exploring new places, experiencing new things as a couple. Now I understand that coordinating schedules and budgeting for travel can be challenging, but you need to make it a priority, folks. Put in the effort, get creative with your planning, and make those visits happen. And when you are together, make the most of every single moment. Put away your phones, disconnect from the outside world, and just be present with each other. Because those precious moments together are what will sustain you through the long stretches apart. Chapter 4. Keeping the Romance Alive Long Distance Edition. Just because you're miles apart doesn't mean the romance has to fizzle out. In fact, being in a long-distance relationship can offer unique opportunities to deepen your connection in ways you might not have considered before. In fact, I'd argue that it's even more important to keep those flames burning bright when you're in a long-distance relationship. So, get creative, folks. Think outside the box and find new ways to show your love and appreciation. Surprise your partner with thoughtful gifts, send them handwritten letters, or even create a scrapbook of your favorite memories together. These tangible items can serve as a constant reminder of your love and commitment. Plan virtual date nights that are more than just a video call. You can watch a movie together, play online games, or even take a virtual tour of a museum. The key is to make these moments special and memorable. And I'm not talking about just sitting in front of your computer screens, scrolling through your phones. Put in some effort, dress up, light some candles, and set the mood. Make it feel like a real date night, even if you're miles apart. Cook the same meal together, share recipes, and enjoy the process of creating something delicious as a team. This can be a fun and interactive way to bond. And when it's time to eat, set up your dining areas to mirror each other. Light some candles, play some soft music, and make it a real date night experience. The effort you put in will make all the difference. And don't underestimate the power of small, everyday gestures. A good morning text, a heartfelt voice message, or even a quick thinking of you note can go a long way in maintaining your connection. These small acts of love and kindness remind your partner that they are always on your mind and in your heart, no matter the distance. Remember, it's the little things that often mean the most. A surprise gift, a loving message, or a shared laugh can strengthen your bond and keep the romance alive. So make the effort, keep the romance alive, and don't let the miles between you dampen your love. Embrace the challenge and use it as an opportunity to grow closer. And I promise you, your long-distance relationship will be all the stronger for it. With dedication, creativity, and a lot of love, you can make your relationship thrive, no matter the distance. Chapter 5. Trust, the foundation of a strong relationship. Now let's talk about the big T word, trust. Because without trust, you might as well be building your relationship on a foundation of sand. It's just not going to hold up, folks. Trust is essential in any relationship, but it's absolutely paramount in a long-distance one. You need to be able to trust your partner completely, even when they're miles away. That means trusting them to be faithful, to be honest with you, and to stay committed to the relationship. Now, building trust takes time and effort. It's about being transparent with each other, communicating openly and honestly, and following through on your commitments. And if there are any doubts or insecurities, you need to address them head-on. Don't let those feelings fester and grow. Talk to your partner, work through those issues together, and rebuild that trust brick by brick. Because a relationship without trust is like a car without wheels. It's going nowhere fast. Going the distance. You can do it. Look, I've seen it time and time again. Long-distance relationships are tough. They take work, commitment, and a whole lot of faith. But let me tell you something, they can be incredibly rewarding if you're willing to put in the effort. Remember, love knows no distance. So communicate openly and honestly, make time for each other, and never ever stop fighting for your relationship. You've got this.